Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Lads Season number 11 action. My second to last cast of the group stage, more than likely, given my schedule coming up, but tonight we have a fun series on our hands. We have SIMPathy for BullJaXX, the team we casted last night, who won one draw to Cuban Extraction team, taking on Kittens and their matching Bunnies, who come into the series 6-2, and if they win out, have their own destiny in their hands regarding the 1 seed. They've looked quite good so far. They've already player swapped. They swapped out the legendary former Odd Otter Silu for Crony. But so far, that swap seems to be doing A-okay, you know? So, all is well in those senses. My name's Badger. You are on my Twitch channel, so it's fun to remind you about that. It's to remind you the mistakes you've made with your nights, you know? That's a little too self-deprecating, but should be a fun time tonight, though. We have a fun series. I mean, for Kittens and their matching Bunnies, it's more make sure you kind of stride on in, secure that top 4 seed. As long as they win about half their games going forward, they will have that top 4 seed more or less. For BullJaXX, they're in a situation where they need to start winning some games to secure that playoff spot. Right now, they're sitting, I believe, at 8th in the standings, which... yeah, they're sitting at 8th in the standings. They are tied for 8th as it currently stands. Which, again, not a bad spot to be in, but it does mean you have to get some wins. If you lose here, then you're going to end up on the outside looking in regarding playoffs. So it is time to win some Dota 2 games down the stretch.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Nothing too wild and crazy to open up the draft here. You know, it's a Bounty Hunter 3 ban from Squid, banning out the signature Crony hero. Bans out Tusk as well, a very good hero that Kittens have picked multiple times this season, if memory serves. Sasquatch, Noun's director of esports Sasquatch, former Odd Otter Sasquatch, former StarCraft 2 professional player Sasquatch, goes for more conventional bans. He bans out the Marcy, he bans out the Primal Beast. Laughing at myself about that one, because, you know, I'm a fan of the grandiose intros. Big fan, as those who watch the channel frequently might know. I am a fan of the long and grandiose intros, but I digress. 5 pick is Tiny, 6-7 Crystal Maiden, Broodmother. Nothing too wild and crazy at all there. Again, all very popular heroes right now. Likely the off-lane pick for Journey, though can go somewhere else if they're feeling real wild and crazy.
Points away.
8 pick will be Pangolier.
Radiant team.
Not quite sure where that one's headed yet. Likely middle lane Festival. It is one of his better heroes, but it could still go 3. It could even hypothetically go 4 as well if they're feeling real wild, but you don't see that much Pangolier 4 anymore as it currently stands.
10 seconds.
Just not a very common selection anymore.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. It is ban phase time. The most important phase of the draft, arguably the second ban phase, though in my opinion the most boring phase of the draft. It is going to be Naga Bloodseeker bans so far. Bloodseeker ban, of course, to protect the Naga Siren pick. A very common thing you see nowadays. Still has decent bit of reserve time left for both teams, so what am I hoping to see tonight? I am hoping to see a Shen or Enchantress for Sasquatch. I did mention he is pretty famous for being a former StarCraft player. Was quite good in terms of playing Zerg, so
seconds remaining.
Honestly, you might go to play any race in StarCraft, but still.
5 seconds remaining.
He is ready to micromanage units, so I'd be excited to see him play the Chen or the Ench. Other than that, maybe we'll see an interesting hero for Wii. They're betting a lot of Wii's heroes, right? Maybe not the Morphling. A hero that he played last night, a hero he most certainly likes, but will not be a repeat of that one tonight, that is for sure.
10 seconds remaining.
It's another sniper ban. Yeah, I'd be surprised actually if sniper doesn't get nerfed in the upcoming balance patch. We're just seeing a lot of sniper picks at TI, a lot of it in pubs, a lot of it in the amateur circuits, so wouldn't be too shocked if sniper gets banned in the coming balance patch, which I'm sure is coming soon. Hopefully. Batrider the ban. I'm a little surprised that they didn't leave it in to threaten to pick it themselves on the Sasquatch side, but again, Journey plays it well, Squid plays it well, so you might as well ban it out if you're scared of them grabbing it.
5 seconds remaining.
A lot of reserve time being shoot into currently. And they actually are going to ban out the Hyper Arc Warden. It's had a relatively rough time this season from the games I've casted, but you see, you know what? This guy likes playing Arc Warden. I don't want to play against Arc Warden. I'm going to ban it out. I looked up the stats. Actually, only 1-1. I thought I remember more losses than that, to be honest, but maybe I'm just entirely off on that one. If you're curious, Hyper is half of the Arc Warden picks in LADs this season. There have been 4 Arc Warden picks in LADs season 11, and he is 2 of them. He is the most prolific Arc Warden player in LADs as far as I'm concerned, but yeah. Okay, let's see here. 15 pick Nyx Assassin. Again, a hero that Mercy played last night. I was pretty impressed by as Nyx. A couple of missed impales, but that happens at impale sometimes. The response is 16-17 TA Disruptor. And you know what? This is definitely a decent Templar Assassin game.
5 seconds remaining.
Little concerned about the refraction on a defensive end. But I'm sure I think I've seen this TA Brood lane before recently. If TA is allowed to hit Brood, then it's fine. You just hit him with the meld.
Team banned.
Ooh. Interesting. That's a Medusa selection.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, it does give Squidward and company the late game advantage. But I'm already instantly concerned that Radiant are going to get out-tempoed. They need Journey to play well in the offlane, which again is actually kind of a given he's one of, if not the best offlaner in LANs currently. Maybe number 2 behind Pistia, but very, very good offlaner currently. But again, you're gonna have Pangolier. He's going to buy a Diffusal Blade. That's a mana burn right there. Templar Assassin, very up-tempo hero. Disruptor's a hero who can really be a menace when ahead. Tiny's a hero who can be a menace when ahead. So these lanes have to go well for BullJaXX, which is always a bit of a concern. I'm always concerned with this team and their ability to lane. They're not. I mean, they're the lowest MMR team in the league, other than one. I think they're 19 out of 20 in MMR. only ahead of the underdog team.
Team
But even then, underdog has gained MMR with their roster swaps. So at this point, I haven't done the math recently. They might be number 20 in MMR now. They have Wii, who is ancient. They have Frostfire, who is ancient. They have Mercy, who is divine. So if I were there, I'd be a little bit reluctant to rely on laning prowess
10 seconds remaining.
when you're playing down MMR. We saw game 1 last night when they played Cuban
5
Extraction
seconds
team.
remaining.
They excelled at great team fighting. There was certainly some good macro awareness as well, so that's the sort of skill set I would capitalize on rather than a lamp that needs to not fall behind too early. Let's see here. So we need a offlane pick for Sasquatch, most likely,
Radiant team
and we definitely need a mid lane pick for Squidward. What does Squidward like to play here that he would pick in this exact situation?
10
It's a good puck ban.
seconds
That's
remaining.
probably might have been what I would have went for in this game if I was drafting, but it's
5
not an
seconds
option.
remaining.
Red Spirit ban as well. Bat Rider again. These are 3 very good bans. Protect TA. Obviously, Bat was a preemptive ban, but those are 3 heroes you'd want right here, right now if you're Squidward. You'll get none of them. He has 24 picks, so we can wait. Just confirm the Pangalier's offlane. Just confirm what is likely. It's again very likely it will be Pangolier
Dire
mid
team
lane.
pick.
It's showing the way the heroes played nowadays, both at the pro and the amateur level. But Squid's not entirely convinced it will be. He banned the Invoker, saying, you know what, I'm going to ban it one of Festival's better middle laners.
10 seconds.
A hero
remaining.
who is very good into Medusa with the mana burn, so
5 seconds.
might as well secure my carry Wee's selection. Make sure his game isn't too miserable. We saw game 2 last night in the losing game for Sympathy for BullJaXX. What happens when Wee has a truly miserable game is it just kind of compounds on itself, so. I mean, we saw in game 1, if you get him in a good game, you can deliver like most carries in the league, so. It's definitely important to make sure his game isn't too miserable, but
Radiant team.
it definitely looks like it could be a very miserable game. That's the Leshrac pick. That is probably going to be Leshrac 3 Pangolier mid, but it obviously could be either way depending on how they're feeling. There is a Nyx Assassin pick, which I think dissuaded Squid from banning out a Leshrac. Says, you know what? I have Nyx, who is one of the generally accepted counter picks in the Leshrac. He probably won't grab this meta defining hero, but says, you know what? We don't care. We're grabbing Lesh anyways. I think this is the ET pick for offline rather than the mid pick for Festival, but again, there are options. I know teams like Liquid let the flex around the Leshrac in their draft, playing it, mid, playing it offlane, even playing it carry sometimes. So not. Ooh, okay, Squidward, Colonel Squid. The Outworld Destroyer is a selection 24 pick. We've been seeing a little bit more OD getting picked. But that is not what I expected. That is. Okay. So it's the Leshrac counter pick he wants to go with. Because you know what? I want this hero to lane to the Leshrac. But it's not going to be Leshrac lane. It's going to be Leshrac offlane Festival mid Pangolier. Ah, man. This seems like a really hard draft to execute with for Squid. Again, if they can execute, if the lane can go well, I think it's fine, but I think Dire's lineup is so much easier to play, and they have more MMR, so I'm just going to have to give them game 1 if I had to pick a team here. I think I obviously could go either direction, but if I had to take a pick, I would definitely, zero doubt, man, this could be a rough one. If these lanes don't go well, this could be a rough one. Again, it's Squid playing OD into a melee hero, so that lane should go well, but these side lanes could be concerned. Especially this This Radiant bottom lane, their safe lane, could go really badly, so hope to see what happens here. If you are a true believer in Simply for BullJaXX, then maybe it's A-okay, but this could, if it starts bad, it could get really bad really fast. We'll see, though.
Prepare for battle.
If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of Sympathy for BullJaXX, the 4 and 6 Colonel Squid captained unit on the Radiant side, taking on Kittens and their matching Bunnies, the Sasquatch captained unit on the Dire side. We're currently 6 and 2. My name is Badger. I'm joined by the Sound of Silence, and of course the sound of many tips go in the chats, because that's how it goes sometimes. You get some tips in the chats. You see a number of teams go for the 5-man smokes early on in the game. Nothing quite like that right now. Simply running out normally, splitting up for now. Let's see, is there anything interesting in terms of item builds? Not particularly. This indicates that Squid will go for a Meteor Hammer, though, which actually is a little bit interesting. It usually is what you'd do if you're rushing a Meteor Hammer, is you'd buy this crown into the hammer right away. I'm not quite sure what else you would want with a crown. I mean, maybe Veil is good on OD now, actually? Okay, never mind. He's going... I theory crafted long enough that he's put the Meteor Hammer in his quick buy. We've got the answer. No more questions, only answers. A lot of sticks this game, though, as there should be. There should be a lot of sticks on both sides this game. Mid lane should be fine for Squid. Bot lane, it's a Leshrac, so that's probably a 1 lane down there. So top lane is probably going to be the most competitive lane. And until Journey has 6, he might not do that well in this lane. TA often does very well in this early laning sort of situation. Eventually Journey will get the spiders and then things will be very good, but until that happens, perhaps Hyper and Sasquatch could have a good time. Or that, Spike. I'm hoping that, Mercy adjusts the way he plays this game. We saw it last night, actually, when there was a Journey Brood. I believe even the Mercy Nyx Assassin. Mercy was leeching a lot of XP from the Broodmire, delaying that 6 on Brood for a very long time. I'm hoping that this game we do not see that. I know, me and BullJaXX were casting last night. We both commented that, like, this is kind of a problem. Squid... I'm not sure if he was talking to his team, watching the VOD, like, hey guys... Nyx, please get out of my Broodmother's lane, stop taking your XP or not, but... Hope to see if the adjustment happens or not.
I'm ecstatic!
Mid lane, Squidward's having a real good time right now. He is just slapping Festival. Festival's not look at his HP bar, it's very low. I mean, he's not going to die from this, but this is not a fun tale. There's a bottle on Courier, which will save the Pangolier, but... he does need to get these runes. So if, say, Mercy or Frostfire rotates for some runes, this could turn real bad real fast for the Pangolier. Let's see here. Anything crazy in terms of CS so far? Not really. Both side lanes are going Kittens side over in the Dire direction. Leshrac and Templar Assassins certainly out-farming their counterparts. Yeah, there's the meld on Hyper as expected. The 1-1-1 skill build. And potentially there could be some kills here on Journey right now. They're attempting on the Broodmother. Mercy comes in, has Impale. He'll use it on both heroes, allowing Journey to escape. Good 2-man Impale from Mercy. Oh god, from Mercy. Allowing the Broodmother to take a little bit less damage there. It's a bit of a tower dive top lane, but Journey's gonna get on away from the danger. He's gonna be A-okay. You see Mercy actually scouted for the bounty rune, but could not get it. Festival already grabbed that minute 3 bounty rune, so he'll be good on regen for now. He'll parlay that 3-minute bounty rune into a 4-minute water rune, and from that point forward, he'll be relatively fine on regen for a bit. Bottom lane, Crony is getting zoned away right now, but worst case scenario, he dies, and then he returns to the lane later. Over the top lane, they're going on hyper. He's slowed by Journey. He'll pop the refraction and has just enough HP to stay safe for the time being, but he will need to be careful soon. Or if by careful, I mean go in on Journey. But Journey got us out of kinetic field. Mercy has Impale once again, hitting on Sasquatch. Sasquatch is dropping low. Journey is running in. 2 more hits will do it. There's 1 and there's 2. First blood goes to Journey. Hyper is being gone on as well, but will survive for the time being. A little bit worse for wear, but still alive. For keeping track of water runes, both mid laners got one of the 4-minute water runes, so neither will be too sad there. Though Squidward does not have a bottle, so again, it's more making sure that the Pangolier does not get double rune more than it is, hey, I really want a rune. As it currently stands, he's actually not too far from the Meteor Hammer. He has Recipe on Courier, I believe. Yeah, he does. So we'll have Meteor Hammer in a matter of a minute. Over the top lane again, Sasquatch is a target. He kinetic fields on both Mercy and Journey, and walks away. Just gonna sip some more water real fast. Frostblade on Crony. Went in a little bit too deep, but he's not punished for it quite yet. He'll still walk away. Thought that would be a good chance to sip some water. Turns out I was wrong. That was a very bold play from Crony. Almost cost him his life. Back to water. Oh, hammer dropped by Colonel Squid. What a huge 1v1 solo kill. I don't know the damage on that ability. Apparently Squidward does, and as a result, Festival is dead. Over the top lane, Mercy will drop the Hyper. Manfight continues. Journey wants to go in on Hyper. Hyper will easily walk away from that one. Alright, so I figured it out. If I want action to happen, I start sipping water, and then things actually happen. But that was a pre-Meteor Hammer as well. I don't think he even had the item yet, so that's 1 more power spike for Squid. Minute 6 Meteor Hammer. He is ready to rock and roll right now. This mid T1 tower is, I mean, it's still alive, but it's going to drop fairly fast this game. Unless Festival is very conscious about keeping it alive. But if he's keeping it alive, then that means he's man-fighting with Squidward a lot. And that could backfire as well. You can see that imprisonment into Meteor Hammer combo, possibly even kill the Pangolier. Over the bottom lane, Crony keeps back into the lane. Avalanche is there on Frostfire, into the toss, into the Split Earth. And that will be a death on Crystal Maiden. Good coordination there from Crony and ET. You saw ET pre-firing the Split Earth knowing where Crony was tossing that one. Again, not that high of bar of execution, but it's always a good sign when the team is doing that. Shows at the very least a baseline level of trust in your teammates. Back to mid lane again. Festival's taken more Meteor Hammer damage, as is the tower for that matter. The tower is already down to a little bit above half HP. Festival is hasted, has the roll if he wants to use it, and he's wrapping around right now. Looking to go on the OD. He's rolling, correction, pump faking, and canceling the roll, and he'll return to swashbuckling the wave again. Alright, that's important. Broodmother is level 6. That's your big power spike right there. This is when this hero goes from being, you know, pretty annoying to downright oppressive. Wouldn't be too shocked if Hyper leaves the lane soon. He is 6 on TA, has the traps, but again, the defensive refraction will not do much anymore. It's a lot of damage coming in from the spiders. Even then, that actual nuke, I mean, it's a decent amount of damage as well on a very low cooldown, so could turn bad real fast. Over the bottom lane, seems like Crony wants to go on Weeb. Let's see Observer Ward from Frostfire. It will allow Wii to step backwards and away from the danger for the time being. Back to top lane. You see Journey getting gone on, glimpsed back by Sasquatch. Returns on the Hyper. Hyper will drop. Bit of a bait there from Journey. Tip goes to Mercy. Big kill there for the Sympathy for BullJaXX top lane combination. Mid lane, the T1 tower is dead, by the way, and Festival taking a lot of damage. He'll roll around, the hammer is dropped. Festival is still at about 1/3 HP. He's bottling up right now. Squid wants to go back in with one more imprisonment. He'll have it again. But meanwhile, top lane, Sasquatch dies. At the mid lane, Squid is hunting. Festival gets away. So the one thing, yeah, during all that, we did not watch the kill top. It was a dive under the tower by Broodmother, and this is the Broodmother effect. You get the spiders on rolling, and it's just so hard to stop you. And again, he's diving for Hyper. There's Sentry on the floor right now. Hyper's just dropping immediately. He's just dead. It was a bold play to return to that lane, knowing Brood is as strong as he is, and just like that, the punish immediately on Hyper. It is a hero who was having a pretty good game up to these last 2 deaths. With those 2 deaths, the game is now no longer very good at all. Bottom lane, Squid's rotating in with a TP to save his Medusa. ET is most certainly dead. Meanwhile, top lane, Festival TP as well, just died to Journey and Mercy. The imprisonment killed ET, his courier died on top of that one, but Festival tried to keep this top T1 alive. TP'd in there, not sure if he was ready for this Brood damage, and he was immediately demolished. Just run on down under that tower. Journey, Broodmother, he is looking to carry his team to victory right now, that is for damn sure. As it currently stands, number 1, number 2 in net worth, they're both sympathy-sided. It's Brood 1, OD 2. Back to mid again, Meteor Hammer comes in. It's now canceled by Crony. Bit of a weird chain initiation there from Squid and Mercy, but it will not matter. Crony will actually still get imprisoned. I think that's just enough damage. And never mind, it's not, but it still won't matter. One more Arcane Orb from Squidward does the job. 8 kills now for Sympathy, and my concern was they would have a rough time in these lanes, and it would snowball out of control. Little did I know the snowballing would not be against them, but in favor of them. Right now, it's Journey and Squid balling out of control, making space for Wii. Wii's game will recover. And suddenly, this draft, it actually might work. And we may be in for perhaps a bit of a gank here. Thought it could be a smoke gank. It'll instead be a Vendetta play from Mercy. Headed top lane. There is a Festival Pangolier top lane right now. Mercy scouts it. The Observer and Sentry combo, I believe, barely saw Mercy. So Pangolier knows what's going on right now. The dive still might be there, though. Squid and Mercy want to go. Festival is all the way under his tower. Mercy pinged him out. But for now, everyone's fine. Mercy still wants to dive. This tower is in a lot of danger. Sasquatch TP's in. Festival will roll. He'll stun the OD. Silence comes in from Sasquatch with that Static Storm. ETP's in as well. Squid is the target. He'll imprison the Disruptor once again. Impale comes in on ET. Freezing through from Frostfire. Squid is low. Drops there, but dies to Pangolier. Journey heads to ET. Split Earth hits on Brood. He's juking in the trees. Edict popped. No, he's still alive on Track. He's now fallen, but the Edict is still going. Journey is in the trees, running away. Festival low. Journey low. Frostfire's diving. Festival does not get away, but Crony will arrive with the avalanche tossed on Frostfire. Frostfire will fall. Now it's Journey in the 1v2. He's in the trees, has some spiders, heads to Sasquatch. The kinetic field wanting to trap Journey, and he is temporarily trapped. Avalanche zones away, allowing Disruptor to run away, but only temporarily. The spiders continue their hunt. They're headed to Sasquatch. The damage, it's moderate. The webs are up. Sasquatch is going to die. Broodmother Dota 2 for you right there. Journey had a lot of kills and a lot of kill credit in that fight. The big winner of that one did 2,700 damage. And now Broodmother is well out of control at this point. Well out of control. This top T1 is just dead. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Wii's being gone on. He'll try to run away, but he has no Stone Gaze. He'll get chain stun, split earth, and eventually brought on down. one more kill for Hyper. And they will parlay that one into a Frostfire kill on top of that one. She'll Frostbite Festival, but eventually Crystal Maiden will fall to the swashbuckle of Festival.
See what you are up against.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is KE taunting me in my chat? Is he taunting me in my chat? He's taunting me in my chat. Either way, though, game state, it's still currently pretty good for SIMPathy, but again, it's a very fragile game state right now. They need to keep on winning. They need to win more. They cannot stop winning. One bad fight can really mean a bit of a problem. Because one lost fight means OD and Brood begin to fall off, and you're relying on your Medusa to win this game for you. Medusa is currently very poor, 6th in net worth behind the Pangolier even, so not a great game state for Wii. But again, Wii has a lot of space to work with. He ended up dying earlier with that T1 dying as well, but now with this tower being dead, he has no reason to even be bottom lane anymore. He'll be in a safer place. Top lane, Meteor Hammer comes in. It will hit the tower. ET is being dove, and poor ET. Run down by Brood and OD. Never a fun time. So, Squidward's build is Meteor Hammer into Treads into Midas. Bit of an odd order to do that in, but he wanted that early Meteor Hammer for the tower pressure into the Midas for farm security. Festival's rolling around. He'll stun on both. Sasquatch TP's in, as does Crony. Silence comes in on the Brood. Brood is dropping and will fall. Meanwhile, on the south side, it's Mercy and Frostfire running into Crony. Frostbites. Impale still on cooldown over, so Crony will easily get away. It's actually the Radiant support's gonna have to run now. Back over to Squid. He's still playing top. Dire or Aware. TP comes through. Is there a cancel? Hell yes, there is. Glimpse comes through from Sasquatch. He'll imprison Festival, but he's eventually going to die. Hammer's available, but he will not drop it. And just like that, the two main cores on the SIMPathy side have fallen. Brood first, OD later. And the net worth lead goes to Kittens and their matching Bunnies.
This'll come in handy.
Well, seems like we have one more fight breaking out top lane. Mercy is in biz with Vendetta. He has roll in 7. Mercy's still scouting, but there's no follow-up right now. And we are back to our regularly scheduled agriculture. It's farm time. Brood is Wraith back, going into Pipe, the classic build on Brood in the current patch. Nyx is going Blink Dagger, CM's going Glimmer Cape, OD has Meteor Hammer Midas, Treads going into Blink BKB Ags. He's currently halfway to Blink Dagger. We on Medusa has Dragonlance headed into Manta. Yasha is on Courier currently. Sasquatch has no money. Crony is going... Correction, he has a Blink Dagger, and he smokes as forward. This could be a big fight middle lane right now. Tiny looks for a jump. Dire saw OD. Radiant smoke really pop. They go on. Squid's half HP. Static Storm is perfect from Sasquatch. OD is dropping rapidly. He's being knocked around by Festival. But no! He imprisons himself. We had a Stone Gaze. ET is dropping. Frostbite comes through. Lesh is low. OD is alive. Hammer is dropped. We gets 2 kills. And suddenly OD, the main target of the Ire of the Dire, is still alive. And Festival will drop as well. 3 kills for SIMPathy. Hyper and Sasquatch remain alive. Hyper was not in the fight. But now, SIMPathy can get this Roshan kill. They have a very slow Rosh taking lineup, but the defense is not alive. And well, this could be a bit of a concern. OD will have 2 lives. He certainly has plenty of item slots for the Aegis. He will fill one of his 3 slots with the Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Net worth lead still is relatively even, though. It is less than 1k in favor of the Radiant. Mid lane, Impale comes in on 2. Sasquatch will fall. ET wants vengeance. Split Earth Wii. Mercy has the Carapace to delay the initiation, but he'll give his life for that Impale Carapace combination. Die or die for Wii. Wii is half mana. Crony. They'll toss him into Hyper, but the imprisonment will delay Templar Assassin's damage. TA is in a hell of a lot of danger, but the Meteor Hammer will miss from Squidward. Now it's ET and Hyper on the run. Journey runs down Crony. Tiny is dead. ET is low. Hyper is half HP. Wii still is stone gazing. ET will get away, but Hyper will not be so lucky. He'll attempt the meld. But Frostfire had the Sentry Ward to finish Templar Assassin.
Radiant's middle tower is under
And they did get the Nyx and the dive, but the main target was the Medusa. They did not kill Medusa, but at least we'll get that middle T1 tower. Net worth lead will go back to SIMPathy. It's it's back and forth game in a net worth sense. The graph would most certainly indicate that. Oh yeah. Mid lane, imprisonment into perhaps Meteor Hammer. Impale will be the next move, but no Meteor Hammer from Squid. Journey will dive the tower. Avalanche comes in, only on Brood. He'll toss Brood further under the tower and blink away. But Squidward pursues, imprisoning the Tiny. Now Squid is 1/3 HP, but still has 2 lives. Hammer is not dropped. Hyper TP's in. Impale will be there on nobody. And Squid is running away. Sasquatch looks for the glimpse play, but Squid blinks away in time. We are going to back it on up once again, return to the relatively passive game states. Festival will roll mid lane, blinking on around, mostly kill the wave. Perhaps it will be a kill on Mercy. Correction, it will most definitely be a kill on Mercy. The Avalanche toss came in from Crony, and Sasquatch was there as well, so in that 3v1, Mercy had no hope to survive. Meanwhile, top lane, the T2 was brought down by Colonel Squid. He'll now blink into the trees and get away. The one main concern earlier for SIMPathy was the Medusa farm, but Medusa's farming quite well right now. Up to 2nd in net worth, only behind her allied Broodmother, so game is definitely getting better in that sense. Seems like we will go for a Scotty, and I think that is a correct move. A lot of stats, some nice kiting potential. Regen reduction against the Leshrax's Bloodstone. Definitely the right move. Radiance are grouped as 4. Perhaps it will be smoke time. Never mind, it will not be smoke. Okay, so smoke is 3. It's CM, Nyx, and OD. The classic 3-man gank squad, as we see a lot in the current patch. Mercy will lead the way. Invis with Vendetta has a no blink dagger quite yet, but he'll find Crony anyways. Smoke has been popped. Dire are aware Mercy is there. Mercy will get demolished. Squid does not want to let his Nyx die for nothing. He'll engage in, but he might just be in danger right now. He'll imprison himself, attempting to blink away and save the gem. Static Storm will ensure that cannot happen. 1 life has been lost on the OD. Journey comes in with the Wraith Packs. Now Squid will run to the south. Crony's blink once again. Can go for a blink play, but will not go for it quite yet. Instead, Kittens will back off, content with killing the OD once and the Nyx. Over to Mercy, found ET going for a sneaky tower play, but at this point ET most certainly will die. Squid has imprisoned him into the Meteor Hammer. It will hit this time, and that will result in the death on Leshrax. Mercy will snag that kill, and then instantly we'll all chat honk, both at the Dire and at his own OD. How it goes sometimes. That's definitely how it goes. Yeah. again, it is more farming time. But the farming game state, it's going really well for SIMPathy. Every minute the Medusa is farming is a very good minute. I mean, Templar Assassin is pretty farmed as well, but I'm not quite sure if Templar Assassin is going to hit that big timing window she wants to hit this game. The BKB will be done soon. Perhaps that'll be the item to fight with, but it sounds easier said than done right now. Festival walks into his own jungle, runs into Mercy. Pangolier will blink forward, rolling on Colonel Squid. Squid's half HP, setting up for a static storm, but in comes Journey, running down ET. ET is a bloodstone heal. He's trying to heal up the spiders, but in comes one more impale stun. But the spiders, they've given too much life to ET. ET eventually will die under his tower, but the trade is for Colonel Squid now. Mercy and Journey head to Crony. Crony is dropping low. Wee is still hitting. Crony is dead, and Wee is absolutely fine. Radiant head to Festival and Hyper. They focus TA. T will BKB, melding Journey. But Journey is too fast. So far, 1 for 2 in Radiant's favor. And they will be content with that 1 for 2 trade. However, Festival heads to Frostfire. Frostfire currently is alone. The TP will get cancelled by Glimpse. Mercy arrives, has the Impale, has the Vendetta. Freezing Field is used for the arm, but cannot save Frostfire. Now a 2 for 2 trade. And with that, the fight will now end.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sasquatch wants to go on Journey, it appears, so Glimpse back the Brood. If the Templar Assassin Trap Vision, Crony Avalanche Toss, and Journey still has that free pathing. Brood's about 1/3 HP, Impale comes in on Pangolier, Crony is hunting, has Toss in 4, Journey is still free pathing. Dire, run at him with 3, meanwhile Squid and Wee kill ET in the top lane. Back over to Brood, Brood finally has fallen, it's 1 for 1 trade, but in comes Squid, dropping the hammer. That's a huge amount of damage on Festival. Crony to fall, Festival is buckled away, but Wee and Squid pursue. Squid has blink in 4 more seconds. Festival will blink away before that happens, however. So 1 more 2 for 1 in favor of Squid, but Squid wants more kills. He blinks in, finding Sasquatch and Hyper. Hyper turns with Meld. Squid will imprison himself. Wee comes in with a Stone Gaze, buying time for Squid to retreat. But Festival finds a kill and finds another kill with a Swashbuckle Shield Crash combination. And with the fully healed Pangolier returning to the fight, what was good for Colonel Squid and company has turned into an absolute disaster. It was a rough death to have on the backside of that fight. And now, with these recent fights, I mean, it's Brood falling off, OD falling off, it is on Medusa. But the good news is Medusa is farmed enough to carry the Dota game. #1 in net worth in the entire game, but Templar Assassin is not far behind. His second Roshan spawned very early, about 8 minutes and 25 seconds if memory serves. So, it's a very important second Roshan. Dire are aware it's alive, Radiant know it can be alive, but they have not confirmed whether it's alive or not alive. It's currently Schrodinger's Roshan, poured aside of Mercy and company. And of course, at this point, you cannot let Templar Assassin get a crack at Roshan. TA remains one of the better Roshan-taking heroes in Dota, so you give her an inch in the Roshan pit and she will grab a mile, that's for sure. It is the Aegis and the Shara to be claimed, both quite good for the TA this game. See a 4-man movement top lane with Sasquatch. Perhaps they want to find Journey, but Journey is slithering around through his spider webs, getting away for the time being. Meanwhile, his teammates are backing him up, smoking as 4. Mercy is invis with Vendetta. They find Crony with the imprisonments. Meteor Hammer comes in. It will be there. And now Wee will zone away with the Stone Gaze. Festival's rolling around. Crony is low. Sasquatch is low. Both will perish. Both supports are dead on the dire side. Hyper will blink away from the carnage, saving his life. But that will mean it's 2 down, right outside the Roshan pits. And again, Colonel Squid is playing Outworld Destroyer, he can easily grab that Roshan if his team wants to go for it. That's a very good play if they go for it. For now, though, they will hunt for some more kills in mid lane, it appears. Or perhaps not. We're now seeing things in the Roshan pits. Roshan is alive. There's no time like the present to kill the Roshan. Wee is in there right now. Journey's in the rendezvous. Squid eventually will arrive. With all three cores in the pit, it will be a fairly easy Roshan. That Arcane Orb is doing a lot of work to Rosh as it currently stands. Dire are aware of what's going on there and rotating in, but it will be too late, it appears. Crony can go for a blind blink play. It's not in time. Edis to Medusa. Now ET is taking a lot of damage. He'll BKB and run away. Journey looks to run him down. ET is slowed by Scotty. He'll Bloodstone up, but it's not enough heal. Hyper blinks away, but it's time to run even further. Squid blinks in. He'll imprison Templar Assassin. Your BKB is available. She'll use it now. Festival turns with roll. Frostfire the target. Frostfire is dead. Squid is right-clicking. The hammer is dropped. Crony is dead. Hyper wants vengeance. He'll bring down Colonel Squid. Hyper is now out of mana and lacks his BKB. Titus will silence on 2, forcing him to reposition. Hyper is still run down by Journey and Wee. And Journey wants more. He is not done. He is still hunting. But he will find no more kills. A fight win for Sympathy for BullJaXX. Not a massive one, but certainly if you combine the Roshan win in that, it is huge. You grab the free shard, you grab the team fight wins. Where'd the shard go, actually? I'm assuming OD had to have grabbed that. Yeah, had to have been OD. OD's on the shard, so. The shard went to Colonel Squid, giving him some ability to reposition during the defensive imprisonments. You see a lot of those this game where Squid will imprison himself, so when that happens in the future, it will be time to reposition, walk on around, and hopefully find a better angle on the team fights. Not quite sure what Mercy was hoping to accomplish with the mana burn other than bother ET, but I'm sure he's bothered ET a little bit. So we're seeing a Hexon Brood. That's one way to get more locked down, that's for sure. Squid will run into Crony and Sasquatch. Static Storm, Avalanche Toss are all used. Squid will BKB now, turning the Crony. He'll Arcane Orb down Tiny, but the bash comes in from Festival. So there's no kill on Tiny. Squid blinks away. Crony might pursue here. And Festival's role has ended. So both teams commit a bit, but nobody's dead quite yet. Mercy once again is in biz with Vendetta, running into Dire side jungle, but Dire will run the hell away, other than Crony, who's poking his head around right now. Mercy blinks in, impaling Tiny. Squid to fall with the imprisonments. Tiny will be 1/3 HP. He'll attempt to force out himself away. He's slowed by Scotty. He'll avalanche the spiders. And he'll blink away, so good escape there from Crony. Seems like Radiance really wanted to show respect to Dire's ability to team fight. They were minding their positioning, but in doing so, he allowed the Tiny kill to get away. A mistake in hindsight, but with their information, a reasonable play to make. Ooh, now that's going to be a very significant pickup on Disruptor. He is about 80% of the way to an Aghanim Scepter on Sasquatch. That's going to be a very, very big deal this game, especially against the OD. But just in general this game, throw in that mute on top of the silence, it's going to be a big deal this game. No BKBing out of that one. You saw it in the fight over here. Squid BKB out of the Kinetic Field Static Storm combination, so next time might not be so lucky. Speaking of unlucky, middle T1 tower has fallen, right click down by Medusa. Simply too much building damage. Edis will expire in a minute, and Wee wants to capitalize. He wants to damage the T3 mid. The wave is coming in. And the next wave will not be cut quite yet. Dire to Glyph. Splitter comes in, hits on Wee. The wave has now fallen. Squid blinks in. Dire blink away. Avalanche toss comes in on Squid. Squid is under tier 4 towers. He'll imprison himself. Stone Gaze comes in, allowing Squid to retreat. Festival still rolling around. He's stoned by Wee. Hyper is in. He'll BKB looking for Squid. Squid is low. He's still alive. Dire wants this kill. Squid is again stunned, but he's still alive. He imprisons himself once again. Wee is hitting everything for now. Eat is still up. Squidward to fall. Journey goes to Festival. The Festival's still rolling up. Now 1-for-1 trade. Wee is being forced around, and ET dies to Journey. Journey is out of control once again. Medusa will lose the Aegis in 8 more seconds. Journey is still on the high ground. Dire want this kill, and they will bring down Brood, and they will claim the gem to follow. It's full retreat time for SIMPathy. Wee's Aegis is lost. He TP's away, so good fight there for Kittens and their matching bunnies. The gem is still here, by the way. It's still on the floor, but eventually somebody will grab it. But it did cost you a buyback on Pangolier. It cost you a death on Leshrac, but for the OD and for the Brood, and for the gem for that matter, it's a worthwhile. Oh, top lane. Oh, they're going on Medusa. Medusa has no Stone Gaze, has no BKB. She's silenced, tossed up, brought down. And right now in this 1v3, she's out of mana. She's being run down, bashed by Festival. One more kinetic field, and eventually the wee Medusa will perish. That is his first death in a very long time. A 7th streak going to Festival, and well, that's all 3 cores dead. The gem is once again on the ground, by the way. Journey grabbed it. Mercy will attempt to get away with it. And he actually will succeed in doing that. Squid blinks in, imprisoning Hyper. In comes ET, has Splitter, stunning the OD. The Meteor Hammer was cancelled, and Squid's life most certainly will be cancelled as well. Dying to the ET damage, though both Hyper and Festival could have been there for the kill as well, so a very secured kill there for Kittens. And Crony wants one more, finds Frostfire. Frostfire will get blasted by Leshrac and Templar Assassin, so double kill for Leshrac. And just like that, the net worth lead will go in favor of Kittens and their matching bunnies. Look at this graph. This is one hell of a back and forth game. It's like looking at a heart rate monitor. It's just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's non-stop going up and down at this point. But it might go a little bit further down right now. This middle T2 tower is going to die. And it will give quite a bit of gold over to the side of Kittens and their matching bunnies. And there will be no force high ground. The T2 was enough for the time being. We're seeing more pings. Dire are aware that Journey is top lane. And much like their smoke kill on Wii earlier, they're going to smoke top for one more kill. Sasquatch, Crony, and Hyper all on the way. Sasquatch leads the way. Journey is a BKB, but Sasquatch can prevent that from getting off with the Static Storm. The wraparound comes from the west side. Perhaps Crony will lead. Blinking in. The Spider scouted out. Journey is still running. He's in the trees once again. It's Force Staff forward. Ogre Steel Totem forward. Trap the Silence. Journey will now BKB and TP. So at this point he's done playing around. No more messing around. Making sure he gets away all the way to safety of his fountain. So a lot of effort there to not get that kill. Bit unfortunate for Kittens and their matching bunnies, but I'm sure it'll be a-okay. If Radiant want to smoke, they have plenty of them. There's 2 in the inventory of Frostfire. But so they're aware that ET's bottom lane, but ET blinked into the trees and got away, so a good blink away by ET. Instead, Squidward heads for that bottom T1 tower. T1 most certainly will perish in the near future. One more Meteor Hammer will be enough, but for now he'll back off. Perhaps Medusa's illusions will apply enough pressure to the lane. Speaking of Medusa, GDP's top lane runs towards Sasquatch and Crony. ET's there as well. Could be a jump on Wii. But Wee's not far from his own tower. This is a dangerous play if they go for it. And they will opt against it. Instead, they wait for Hyper to arrive. That's your main damage dealer. A bad coordination there allows me to Stone Gaze and run away. He's glimpsed back into the Static Storm, but it's just too late now. There's 3 Stone Dire heroes. Meanwhile, we see Festival getting gone on by 4 little Radiant heroes, but he rolls up in time. He's still rolling around and I'll blink away. Back over to Wee. He's slow with the traps. Now just got his BKB off the courier. He turns over once again, hitting Crony. Crony will go Scepter. Roshan just respawned as well, so it's chaos right now with the Roshan pit area. Mercy's Invis running on over. Radiance see nothing. Dire see a lot, but they've lost their vision. Sentry Ward spots out Mercy. Mercy blinks away, dodging Meld and the Avalanche. Squid looks to initiate. Hyper, he's forcing Roshan! A bold play from Hyper! And he blinks away now. So both teams are well aware of the status of Roshan, but taking it right now is going to prove very difficult. Radiant smoke S5. They find Hyper. Hyper can BKB. Is this chain stun perfect? No, it is! A perfect impale from Mercy! But a force away keeps Hyper alive. The hammer is now pitting on 2. Hyper will now turn. Sasquatch to fall. But in comes the cavalry. In comes the trade, perhaps. Sasquatch buys back. Hyper's manning up. Splitters hits on 2. Good stun from ET. But Journey BKBs running down Hyper. Hyper will turn. Looking to get away for the time being, but he's imprisoned by Colonel Squid. Silence comes in. Silencing Brood. Zoning away more. Hyper dead. Mercy dead. Squid goes in. Festival's escaping. Journey is low. ET is low. ET is dead. And Journey will get saved by Squid as Wee brings down Crony. It's currently a 4v2. Sasquatch glimpses Squid, but Squid again will run forward. Imprisonment is not quite in range or available, but the results are the same. A massive team fight win for the side of SIMPathy for BullJaXX. And if they want to, they can go Roshan. It's alive. And that will almost certainly be the next main objective for the Radiants. It is the Aegis. It is the cheese. It is the Shard of Refreshing. A lot to be claimed here. Yeah. That's a free Roshan right there. Aegis to Medusa. Cheese to Medusa. Refresher to Colonel Squid. And that is where the items have gone. If you were a fan... Okay, so Journey had a Hex in his quick buy. Went against it. Instead, it is Squid buying the Hex. He is very close to it right now. I actually would not have been opposed to double Hex in this Radiant side, but a single Hex will have to do. Huh. Bot T2 is dead, brought down by siege units. Mercy could not stop it from happening. Dire on bottom, they saw Mercy. Mercy blinked away. Meanwhile, we see Radiant occupy the Dire side jungle. SIMPathy have no sympathy for these Dire jungle creeps. They are just playing it over here, ringing in this top wave, or ringing in this mid lane, and Journey is very fine to play in this sort of area. Over to mid again, they jump on Mercy at the Shadowless T3 tower, but he could not survive. It's a lot of commitment, but a job well done, and now it's TP back to defend the base. ET is mid, and he annihilates the spiders. The spiders have fallen. So even though Radiant are up the Roshan items, they're actually not up in gold. They're just below even in terms of net worth. It's literally less than 1k in favor of Kittens. And that's a very recent advancement, because on the graph it's still... Okay, so it's really neck and neck right now. It's more or less a 0 net worth lead in either direction. That's kind of wild at the stage of the game, minute 42. And it's just an incredibly competitive game 1. Both teams just are looking for one big opening. They want one opportunity to punish. But if you are Sympathy for BullJaXX. You're fine playing it slow. You have Medusa. You're not in that much of a rush. Brood and OD still have room to grow as well, so it's not a huge rush right now. They can play it a bit slower. They can play the game they're playing currently, applying map pressure and farming. And Templar Assassin, I mean, you can see a bit of panic in the mind of Hyper. He knows, wait, top lane, Vessel's one around. Imprisonment's there on Wii, he'll run away. But you notice that Hyper knows it's time to go. It is time to win the Dota game. He has a Rapier in his quick buy. He knows it is time to go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
He will buy a Divine Rapier. That'll be his main item to win, to really, you know, put his team over the hump here. Back to top, ET has bought an Aghanim Shard. He'll defend the high ground top lane with that. Journey brings the wave in middle lane as well, so there will be multiple angles of attack. The bulk of the team top lane, the Brewmother and Summons middle lane. Well, the high ground defense is pretty sizable right now. It is hard to high ground into Leshrac, Pangolier, and on top of that, if you overextend, Tiny and Disruptor are fantastic heroes to punish. A lot of redirection there between the Glimpse, the Toss, a lot of options. Hyper, Crony, Sasquatch leave the base. Middle lane. They want a little bit more space. Over to bottom lane. Squid will TP away. ET will cancel it. So at this point, if Dire forces fight, it will be 5v4, and they will. Mercy and Sasquatch both are dead, but Dire have the numbers. But there still is no ET. His TP's not available, I don't think. And now Wee's running away. Festival's rolling on around, but he's silent for the Bloodthorn. Journey goes in. Festival is dead. So ET could not arrive to the fight in time. He was pushing in the bottom lane further. And now Squid, who had his TP canceled, is running all the way from the bottom lane. He's now top lane. So it could be high ground time. It could be time to force out some buybacks. Sasquatch has no buyback. Festival does. However, Wii has lost the Aegis. Split Earth comes in, stunning Wii. Power's about 1/2 HP right now. Medusa certainly wants this. Blink Hex, they're on TA. Squid BKBs, Wii BKBs. Squid wants more. Hammer dropped on 2. Hyper is dropping. ET is running. Festival is stoned. Crony dead. Festival dead. ET falling. ET dead. It's a disaster for Kittens and matching Bunnies. Hyper is forced to blink away. ET buys back. But with the dieback on Pangolier, how could you possibly fight? You're currently fighting in a 2v5, and I mean, it's only one buyback on Hyper right now. And ET's being gone on mid lane. Bloodthorn comes through. Journey will not find the kill solo, but he's buying space. Melee's mid are dead. The top racks are dropping. Split Earth hits on 2. Mel's there on Mercy, but there still are no kills. Melee's top the fall. That's racks in 2 different lanes now. Squid blinks in, he'll Hex on ET, he'll BKB again. ET has been stunned by the Impale. Squid dies to Hyper. ET is forced away. So good team play once again. Squid buys back. Sasquatch respawns. He'll glimpse back Medusa. Medusa is low on mana. Medusa is actually force-staffed forward. Split Earth on Dusa, but he's saved by Colonel Squid's imprisonments. We will attempt to get away. ET pursues, but he's hexed by Squid. Silence on Sasquatch. ET dead. Sasquatch dead. Hyper is dropping. Tiny is respawned, but again it's a 2v4. Hyper is again going to get run down all the way to the fountain. And Crony, the lone survivor, is trying his hardest to not die here, but he's frostbitten by Frostfire, who bought back into the team fight. The freezing field arrives. The Hex is there, and Crony has fallen. It's a 1v5 defense from Hyper. The Rapier was not finished, and he's going to lack the damage. He's Bloodthorned by Journey. He'll Hurricane Pike himself back to the fountain. Sasquatch just got his buyback. Throne's exposed. Sasquatch will kinetic field. He's stunned by Mercy. Squid goes in. Hex comes through on Disruptor. Journey is Templar Assassin. TA again loses their defensive refractions. Saxon will silence on 3. Hyper will walk all the way again to the fountain, but the throne is falling. We has his eyes on the prize. The Ancient will fall. And Sympathy for BullJaXX again, 2 nights in a row, get a Game 1 upset on a top team in their group. This has been an impressive 2-game showing from Colonel Squid and's team. Again, last night you go in, the expectation is you're probably going to lose 0-2. They went 1-1. And tonight, again, expectation going in is you might just lose. And on top of that, they've at the very least secured a 1-1. Worst case scenario is a 1-1. So, no matter what happens, they are not going to go 0-2 tonight. And they could just go 2-0 tonight. And again, the main concern was the laning phase. The lanes were not ideal, but they were better than I expected in the side lanes. Mid lane went very well from Colonel Squid. And again, this is what you expect from Squid. You know, season in, season out. Fantastic middle laner and lads, so. Nothing too surprising there, but still. It's a great game. This is a fantastic game 1, and I look forward to game number 2. For now, though, I am going to cut to a break. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, grab some water. My name's Badger, and I'll see you all soon for game 2 of Sympathy for BullJaXX versus Kittens and their matching bunnies.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 11 action. If you are a fan of offlane anime, I got some bad news for you. But if you're a fan of either of these two teams, and I've got good news because we're back again to the action. For the Radiants, SIMPathy for BullJaXX. They pull the game 1 upsets. You know, they go in at 4-6. They play their 6-2 opponents. And they take game 1.
10 seconds remaining.
Strong showing. Fantastic game.
5 seconds remaining.
Good enough laning phase. Followed up by a very good post-laning experience. It was a real back and forth game, though. Really could have went either direction, but one fight after the Roshan pit really turned that one around. Went very badly for Kittens and their matching bunnies. Fantastically
5 seconds
for
remaining.
SIMPathy for BullJaXX. It occurred to me, both of these team names are quite the mouthful. SIMPathy for BullJaXX, that's 6 syllables.
Radiant team
Kittens and their matching bunnies, that's 8 syllables. That is, that's a lot of syllables. I, for one, like when teams are 2 syllables. 2 syllables is nice,
remaining.
but we don't get that today.
5
But what we
seconds
do get
remaining.
is a draft on our hands. First phase bans, more or less expectable stuff. Respect ban Bounty, respect ban Tusk, respect ban Nyx, respect ban Brood. Sasquatch, after game 1, entirely uninterested in playing into Nyx Brood. That's both Marcy and Primal Beast through, knowing his team will get one of them. And Squid had priority of the two, he chose Marcy 5 pick. The response is CM6PB7.
10 seconds remaining.
And then Squid will lock in that Bloodseeker.
5 seconds.
Certainly a hero who can punish Primal Beast. Stick a Rupture on in there, ruin his day.
Dire team ban.
A lot of
Radiant team ban.
a lot of sustain in the laning phase as well, which could be nice into a hero like Primal Beast, but might not be enough sustain to stay in the lane, but the move speed could come in handy, that's for sure. At this point, we're just kind of chilling, going through bans, usual stuff there. Both teams have a good bit of reserve time still, so
10
we're not in any
seconds
rush.
remaining.
Actually going to sip some more water even.
5 seconds remaining.
God, I love water. I've always liked water, but there's a quote from the legendary StarCraft 2 caster Tasteless about how much he damaged his voice over the years of being, a decade and a half of being a professional StarCraft commentator. He emphasized the importance of hydration. And now, when he was doing like the Caspa stuff, he wasn't hydrated enough. So, ever since I'm not sure if I watched it or I read it, it's been a very long time, but ever since that moment, I've been a big hydrator, especially when I'm casting. So,
Radiant team pick.
oh, there we go. Second phase bans. are done. Morphling, Sniper, Arc Warden, Bat, Pangolier, Lena, the second phase bans. 15 pick is Leshrac, so again.
5 seconds
More
remaining.
Leshrac Dota 2. I mean, if you have been watching Dota 2 for the last, like, 2 months, you're probably sick of this hero at this point, but that is how it goes. Still plenty of reserve time to respond. 1:30. Squid's chewing into a bit of it, but not for too long. Ooh, okay. Okay, Squidward. Bold response. That is likely... What is that? Because my first thought is AA Sven support duo, but I don't think it can be.
5 seconds remaining.
Which makes me think AA5 Sven 1. But if it's AA5 Sven 1, a decent lane pairing, then it's probably Marcy 4 Bloodseeker 3. Oh man, that is an interesting gambit from Squidward. So I'm looking up the stats on Journey on a couple of these heroes. I'm looking at his lifetime Bloodseeker stats in competitive. Oh, so his team has picked Bloodseeker a number of times. The question is, how many times has he played Bloodseeker? And he has 1 career game on Bloodseeker in competitive lobbies.
10 seconds
Playing a PDC game, I believe carry. Correction offlane, but it was still carry. Or not, still, God. Well, offlane Bloodseeker. And then, looking at his experience on Marcy, he has never played Marcy. And he has never played Sven. So if he's doing this, it will not be a thing he's that familiar with in a competitive environment. If I had to guess, it'll be Bloodseeker 3, Sven 1, Marcy 4, AA 5, but that's... I mean, Sven carry in general is certainly a verified interesting for me. There's been an entire Dawnbreaker pick since then. Dawnbreaker for Kittens. And now I have no clue where anything's going with this team either. Maybe it's Primal Beast 4, Dawnbreaker 3, Leshrac mid CM 5, but all 4 of those things could change. Could be Dawnbreaker carry, Lumiere style. Could be Leshrac carry, as we saw a few times at the TI.
5 seconds remaining.
Could even be a Primal Beast mid. We've got a lot of options here. We've got a lot of options.
Dire team ban. Radiant team pick.
The bans are done, though. Void, Templar, Assassin, the ban's by Squidward. OD, Zeus, the ban's by Sasquatch. We are a bit low in reserve time for both teams. Exactly 49 seconds of reserve time, so we're getting there. We are almost at the end of the road for
5 seconds.
these bans.
Team pick.
So it's Invoker. It's an Invoker mid, which, I mean, it just harkens back to the old days where people used to like unironically like Sven carry Invoker mid, Bloodseeker 3, but definitely could be Bloodseeker 1, Sven 3, but I'm guessing it's Sven 1, Bloodseeker 3.
5 seconds remaining.
Where's the Wii stats? Alright, so neither... Okay, so Sven is definitely a more common pick for Wii than Bloodseeker. Neither are at the top of his hero pool, but he's got more games on Sven than he does on Bloodseeker. I'm looking up the pub stats even, just in case, just to double check my stats on this one. Yeah, this is definitely somebody who's more comfortable on Sven carry than he would be on Bloodseeker carry. So, from that guess, I'm going to say Sven carry. For Sasquatch, the counter pick will be Drow Ranger.
Choose your hero.
So that's your carry. So perhaps Primal Beast supports Dawnbreaker 3 Leshrac mid. Or maybe not. Maybe Dawnbreaker 4 Primal Beast 3 Leshrac mid. Okay, okay. It could be a role swap, though. Crony has played some games at 3 for this team, and conversely, ET has played some games at 4 for this team, so... that actually doesn't lock things in yet. What is locked in is what the Dire are doing, though. It's definitely Sven carry, Bloodseeker offlane, Marcy 4, AA 3. Or AA 5, Jesus. Which again makes some sense. Sven AA, decent lane pairing. Stormbolt into Cold Feet, certainly an option. You have Warcry as counterplay into the Primal Beast. Again, I'm going to favor Kittens and their matching bunnies off draft. For the exact reason I did last game, but if I'm wrong, it will again be for the exact same reason as last game. I suspect the Radiant lanes will not go well. If they do go pretty well as they did last game, then things will be fine, but we'll see, we'll see. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1, or God, game number 2. Game number 2 of Kittens and Matching Bunnies in the Dire taking on Simply for BullJaXX and the Radiants. If you missed game 1, it was certainly a back and forth affair, pretty good game, and I'm hoping that game 2 proves its equal. My name is Badger, and should be in for a good time. Looking at item builds, it will be PB4, Dawnbreaker 3. Over the top lane, though, Mercy is already in danger. Frostbite comes in from Sasquatch. Hyper is slowing. Crony comes in, has the hammer slow on top of that one, and first blood will go to Crony on Dawnbreaker. The question was not if first blood would happen, but more who got the first blood. And the answer ended up being Crony on the offlane Dawnbreaker. And the fighting's not done yet. Dire Vision on Journey. Sasquatch wraps around, has the Frostbite once again. Trample comes in from ET. There's a Split Earth. There's a hammer. There's a second kill. This time to ET on support Primal Beast. And well, that is one fantastic start to your game. Get 2 kills right off the bat. So Squid will opt for Pink Orb. You see a number of these Invoker players in general nowadays opt for Pink Orb over Red Orb, but it will be Pink Orb the Wex today. Or a Quaz Wex build, I'm assuming. Unless he's feeling real loud and crazy, but I'm sure eventually he'll get those points in Exalt later in the game, but for now it is the QW priority. We see it already, using the EMP to secure that range creep. Bottom lane, I mean, he has more damage than Dawnbreaker, so he should be fine to CS for now, but eventually there's a lot of kill threat in that lane. Over the top lane. Hyper's doing well so far, but keyword is there is for so far.
That's my problem.
I just noticed the sponsor on Frostfire. Squid Throw When. Do we need a website, whentocolonelsquidthrowlast.com? Is that something we need? Hey. And Yeah, again, we're seeing Journey's main play in this lane has been just using not Frostbite, using the Blood Rate to secure these range creep last hits. It's a lot of pure damage, 120 pure damage, so it's pretty hard to deny, but this is a very deliberate deny attempt, and Sasquatch has not been in range to go for a kind of double deny strat, where he's been fighting in this sort of area away from where he can deny those creeps, so yeah. Rebound in top lane. Sasquatch is in a bit of danger, but he's still half HP and running away. I guess everyone is somewhat fine right now. Mercy is manning up heavily, but again, lack of cooldowns at that point. CM will be fine. Actually, wouldn't be too shocked if Sasquatch dies on purpose pretty soon. Just to bring more HP and mana to this lane. Again, CM without mana, without HP is just not useful as a hero, so you might as well die. And bring back some stuff to play with. Good tornado there. Didn't get the range creep, but still a good tornado from Colonel Squid. Nothing too crazy CS-wise so far. The one really crazy thing so far is this top lane, but again, it's relatively expected for Drow CM to win this lane. The Hyper is 15-5, Bloodseeker's 10-3. Even this, it's not that big of a lead quite yet. Over to Marcy. Sasquatch and Hyper go in. They've slowed down Marcy. Marcy has no rebound target, and that will be one more kill, a third kill now. First kill of the game for Hyper. 3 on the board now for Kittens, and still a goose egg for SIMPathy. Have not looked at mid lane a bit. We see a 2-2 orb selection from Squid. 2 points Gloss, 2 points Wex. Festival's got 2-0-2. He's ready to spam out spells. But he will need a water rune. It seems like he'll get one. He'll walk over to the south one and get it nice and easily. And again, much like last game, Squid does not have a bottle. He played OD last game, he's playing Invoker this game, but he's simply making sure that there's no double rune for Festival. He even grabs the bounty rune as well. Just making sure. Little more regen, spin out those spells, turn mana into gold. How it goes sometimes. Over to bottom lane. Trample in, hammer to slow, Stormbolt the turn. But everyone's fine. Both cores are a little bit injured, but everyone's still fine. There is a bracer on Wii, so he's got plenty of regen from that. Over to bottom lane. Good kill there from Journey and Mercy, finding an isolated Crystal Maiden and running her on down. Again, a bit of a sitting duck in an isolated situation like that, and with that rebound in, there's no way out. I believe boots and gloves of haste were on that courier that died for Wii, so that's a big courier to lose. ET will walk on around, will get away from that cold feet latch range. In all 3 lanes, it's relatively even in CS. Nobody's that far ahead of their counterparts right now, so again, decent showing in the lanes from SIMPathy. I mean, they're playing down by a lot of MMR, but they're holding their own right now. Rebounded by Mercy, Squid TP's in, Dispose on Hyper, most certainly will die. Sasquatch will run away, so only 1 casualty, but if you had to choose 1 kill, you definitely kill the Drow Ranger. There's no doubt about it. I'd say a big slowing of his game there on that Drow Ranger. Minute 6 rune will go to Leshrac though. Squid tried to stop him from grabbing it top, but it didn't spawn top. It spawned bottom, and he'll immediately run on bottom lane towards the bounty rune. And perhaps he'll gank after that one. It's a good gank opportunity. Radiant are so far forward right now. ET's trampling towards Frostfire. Festival will choose to go on the Sven instead. He's using Pulse Nova. Sven's half HP. Frostfire dies soul to ET. Now is in a lot of danger. Split Earth is pump faked and not even needed to bring down the Sven. So good rotation by Leshrac. Had the rune. Radiant knew that. But ultimately Leshrac just too fast, too furious. 2 big kills there. Speaking of mid laner rotations, Squid goes top lane, but I believe that Dire Observer Ward scouted it out, so Hyper and Sasquatch should not be caught by that one. Instead, it will be a bit of a fail gank by Squidward. Maybe he'll look to pressure that top T1 tower, but yeah, you see it there. The pings are coming out. Even then, Journey knows, like, hey, enemy has vision. They know something's up, guys. He's under 1 more ward. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the dive continues to bring down weak. Crony ET dove the tower. Sasquatch. Colonel Squid TP'd in too late. Speaking of Sasquatch, he's gone on by Squid and Mercy, brought down by the Invoker. So, across the map, it is that 1-for-1 trade. Ultimately won in favor of the side of Kittens. You get the carry Sven, you use the support Crystal Maiden. You will take that trade every day of the week. Tornado into EMP. Journey comes in with the Rupture on Festival, and Leshrac will get run down in a 3v1. CM TP'd in, but too late to save her Leshrac. Actually, I don't think she could save Leshrac, no matter what she did, so what can you do? Again, it's time for some more up-tempo action. 2-man smoke from Squidward and Frostfire. They're going to join Mercy and Journey for a jump on Hyper top lane. Hyper already used his TP as well, so this is going to be a big gank if it connects. There's no way out but juking and fighting for Hyper. And Drow, not a great hero at juking. ET is there, however, in the trees. Rebound in on Drow. In comes Crony with the heal, stunning on Marcy. ET arrives, trampling on 3. It's a 2-man stun from the Dawnbreaker as well, so Frostfire is dead. Journey is dropping. Hyper is being run at by 3. Hyper eventually will die, it appears. The Blood Right comes through, and that will finish the job. But at this point, the fight is not going too well right now. Dire have a lot committed. They have a good backstab going on right now. Radiant focus Crony, who's half HP. Cold Snap from middle comes in. From middle hits on 2. Hammer comes through, but does not slow Colonel Squid. Squid again will hit on over. Trample. Not available yet for ET. Silenced. But now he'll trample. Hitting Colonel Squid. Squid to fall. Journey's man fighting. Wants to heal the kill on Crony. And he will get the last hit for an HP gain. Bit of a weird fight there. I believe it goes in... Oh, we see Festival now going on the backside of the fight. A huge wrapper all the way up to the south side. Journey and Mercy want the kill on Lesh. Lesh into a Split Earth, hitting out both! A fantastic Split Earth from Festival! A double kill for Leshrac! A triple kill for Leshrac! Festival Dota 2, what a perfect Split Earth! And again, the fight was relatively even, but with that backstab, he came in there at the last minute, found Frostfire on the Ancient Apparition entirely alone, and both Mercy and Journey wanted to help, but in helping, they got themselves killed. It's perfect play there from Festival. He eventually may die to Colonel Squid, but even then, there's a Pulverize on Invoker. Invoker is dropping. Leshrac is low. Leshrac will die. The trade comes in. It's a mid laner for mid laner trade. ET gets the XP on that one. Oh my. This game's heating up. This game is suddenly really heating up. Nearly everyone has their 6 now. Marcy and Ancient Apparition do not have their 6 yet. Everyone else does. CM did not skill ulti. As you often see, it's a 1-3-2 skill build currently.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You see Journey hitting the top tower. Festival comes in to defend. Sasquatch TP's in as well, and Journey will run away in time. Journey does have Rupture, but again, Festival's a very hard kill as it currently stands. It's a very, very hard kill to get currently, so. seems like we'll be back to farming. I believe that's Mask Mass on Courier for Wii. It is. E.T. TP's top lane. He will defend the tower with Leshrac. It's currently a 3v2 top lane. If Radiant choose to engage, they will have the 3. But they seem reluctant to want to force this one. Mercy's in the trees looking for the angle. Sasquatch runs on in. Mercy will rebound. The Festival sidesteps. Solar Guardian will bring Crony into the fight. Ice Blast hits on 2. Leshrac and Dawnbreaker. Marcy is dead. The trade is for Festival. Journey's again running around. Squid will Tornado on 3 into the EMP, hitting on Sasquatch. Sasquatch most certainly dies. Dire want vengeance, but this fight's not going too well right now. E.T. is silenced. He's cold feeted, and well, going to get run down by Journey. Over to Crony. He's in a bit of a 1v1 with Colonel Squid. Squid has cold snap in 4. Journey's running on over. Hyper will silence on the Bloodseeker. Crony hammers in, but does not go for the Starbreaker play quite yet. Cold Snap is there on Crony. Crony sidesteps to the left, but eventually he will die to Journey. Back over to Squid. He'll Tornado Hyper. A perfect Tornado. EMP to follow. Hyper is stopping. Rebound in, but it does not stun. Hyper is running away. Prospect comes in from Sasquatch. Festival TP's into the south side of the fight. Mercy is dead. Colonel Squid will die. Radiant have overextended. And E.T. wants more. He's trampling on forward with the onslaught. But at this point, both Frostfire and Journey will get away. Though, the fight's not done yet. E.T. has one more onslaught in 11. He can pulverize if he can close the gap. Journey Blood Rights. And E.T. will back off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
We're still not done yet. Sasquatch and E.T. are running into this Radiant side tri-camp. Or perhaps instead they will double back to Journey. Frostbite into Freezing Field. E.T. will onslaught forward into the Pulverize. Rupture is there on Primal Beast, but he doesn't need to move at this point. He's fine staying in place. Stormbolt comes in, rebound on top, stun Festival. Festival is absolutely fine. So it's one core lost. Now Festival will edict that top T1 tower. We and Mercy are defending. Radiant will glyph. And for now, that is a really weird taunt for ET. This PB taunt, very weird. But go on we, onslaught forward, into the Pulverize, into the Solar Guardian. Sten is dropping rapidly. He'll Stormbolt before he dies, but the death cannot be stopped. Big pick off there for Kittens. And they want to go on Journey once again. They know Journey TP'd in top lane. If they find that kill once more, it's even more progress against them. Meanwhile, in the Radiant tri-camp, we see a cold snap on Sasquatch. Sasquatch will get right-clicked down by Mercy. Over to Journey. He's being run at by 3. Onslaught forward by E.T. He can pulverize in 4. Journey is very fast, however. He can rupture E.T., but a pulverize is there in time. Tornado cancel, but in comes Crony with the hammer. The stun will not be there on Bloodseeker, however. Ice Blast will hit on nobody. Meteor drop. Festival runs forward nonetheless towards Colonel Squid. Squid is dropping and Squid will die. Stormbolt comes in, stunning him, but in comes a 2-man onslaught stun from E.T. Radiant are on the run. They'll lose. Oh, correction, it will be Dire who lose E.T. Dire want more. Hammer is forward by Crony, but it seems like we and company might just be too fast here. They actually will get away this time around. Overall, a bit of an even trade, but as it currently stands, it is Kittens and their matching Bunnies with the net worth lead, about 3k up right now, and it's going to extend when that T1 mid dies. But with the deny, I'd say good play there from Journey to limit the damage, limit the economic bleeding. Back to top, Sasquatch has a Freezing Field. Wee takes a lot of damage. Bit of a cheeky soul kill attempt there by Sasquatch. With the onslaught by ET, that'll do it. Into the Pulverize, into the Crystal Nova. Sven to fall. A very, very rough death for him to
Now,
have.
nobody wins.
And well,
Dire's middle tower
as it currently stands, BullJaXX out of control, but Rupture's there mid lane on Crony, Atos from Journey, Gold Snap from Squidward, and Dawnbreaker will die. So it is a core for core trade, one still in favor of Kittens, but a core for core trade nonetheless.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But the game state remains the same. Leshrack's #1 in net worth right now, and Festival on the Leshrack is absolutely out of control. He is farming bottom currently, but he's hiding in the trees. Looking at Dire Vision, they now see heroes mid. Festival will TP over. EMP comes through. Pulverizes a return on Squid. Squid is being chain stunned down. But he's currently still alive. ET cannot finish that kill. So it's Sasquatch dead, ET dead, and Festival at this point with the Ice Blast debuff on him does not want to fight.
Dire's top tower
He's somewhat low on mana, but has the Bloodstone buff. He'll blink in, activating the Bloodstone, rebound. Will bring Mercy away from the fight. Cold Feet stuns, Festival, EMP to follow, Meteor on the floor. Festival still half HP though, so he's fine. And then just like that, it's a one-man tower defense crew, just blink Bloodstone and just kill everything apparently. Just kill everything. Dire Smoke S3. CM,
This'll come in handy.
Leshrack, and PB, the gankers. They're in the Radiant jungle, but Radiant are currently in the river. ET still hunting, can blink Pulverize. But can't find the right targets. Dire Vision now sees the Marcy. But the Marcy of Mercy, not a great target to go on, so for now, yeah. Radiant Scan gives it away, though. Festival quite literally is visible now, so, what can you do? It is once again farm time, but that will be broken by a 4-man smoke from SIMPathy for BullJaXX. Squid will lead the way, pops his smoke on Festival. Tornado will miss. Frostbite comes in on Frost Fire. ET will pulverize Squid, gets knocked back, however. Frostfire is dead, the trade is for ET. Splitters comes in, stunning the Invoker. Festival will get healed by Crony, who will Solar Guardian in to bring down Mercy. Now a 2-for-1 in Dire's favor. Journey runs away. Wee is running in, looks towards Sasquatch. Festival blinks in, Storm bolts Invoker. Invoker's already below half HP. It's brought down nearly instantly. It's one more double kill for Leshrack, a 3-for-1 in favor of Kittens. Journey and Wee, they must run. There is no point fighting any longer, and well, they will return to farming, but the game state is getting progressively worse for Squid and company. Simply for BullJaXX on the Radiant side, they're beginning to lose control of the map. They've certainly lost control of the economy situation. Leshrack is massive, Drow's farming fine. And Sven still is not that massive. Dire will begin to poke around in Roshan, but with the blood right from Journey, they will not commit yet. Roshan's still about 2/3 HP. Festival will TP bottom lane to farm. He does have no boots of travel, so are they in the courier right now? They are not in the courier, so there will be no TP for Festival for a while. Blink Pulverized from ET, there on Squid, cancelled by Mercy. In comes Rupture on ET, and down goes ET. Radiant move to the mid T1 tower. Piper and Sasquatch are on the defense. Tower is low, though not dead yet. Tornado hits on Sasquatch. Mercy looks to die, but he's silenced by Hyper. But in comes through the Blink Dagger Stormbolt on Drow Ranger. Drow is already quite low, and now Drow is going to... She survives! The Magic Wand up. They couldn't find the last hit there on Drow. Instead, it's Squid who's dead. We to perish. Festival is just out of control right now, and Frostfire will attempt to run away. But with Festival blinking forward, Ancient Apparition will perish. Another triple kill for Festival. He's godlike right now on the Leshrac. 13, 3, and 4. 13,000 net worth, and it's looking real good for Leshrac right now. Man, this is I mean, a bit of a concerning game state still. I'm not quite sure how SIMPathy are supposed to win these team fights.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They've itemized to mostly team fight, but these fights have not gone that well. They'll roll the dice again on our 4-man smoke gank. It's everyone but Journey running through the Radiant Tri-Camp. Up through the river now. They're around Roshan, possibly wary of a dire Roshan attempt once again, but they're currently not in there. Squid will run into Hyper. A huge kill if they get it,
Tower is under
but
attack.
Drow might just be too fast. Inadvertently or not, Hyper will sidestep that gank, will run to her own Tri-Camp.
Dire are
And
scattered.
just like that, Drow's escaped. So, Festival, playing the Leshrac, will go on his mid T2 tower, but he'll blink away, does not want to fight under the Radiant middle T2. Now it's Dire who Smoke is for. I believe they saw Frostfire in the day vision. The ping is in that area, but... Oh, has been blink pulverized. Is there a save? It's coming, but it's far too late. Sven, demolished. And Dire immediately locked into the Roshan pits. This Kittens lead, it's 8k. It's about to extend with the first Roshan of the game, the fourth Roshan of the series. Just the Aegis this time around. It'll probably go to Leshrac if I had to guess. Because Leshrac is truly and completely massive. And it will.
This'll come in handy.
So now it's a 9,000 net worth lead. Leshrac still remains more or less unkillable. He was unkillable before on Leshrac, and now he's a little bit more unkillable with 2 lives. So this could be rough. Squid will run away. Ghost walked in time. He'll Tornado Festival. He'll drain some mana for good measure. And Festival will get the mana back.
Radiant's
It's
bottom
just
tower
infinite
is under
mana.
attack.
It just works. Bottom tier 2 is under attack. Edict brought it down to about 1/4 HP, though it's not dead yet. Radiant splits. A lot of play mid, a lot of play top. So his bottom tier 2 will be abandoned. I am drawing the bots in the X right now because this thing is most certainly gone. We are now down 4 outer towers on the Radiant side. They've only killed 2 of the Dire, so they're again down in towers. Every metric you can look at's going pretty well right now for Sasquatch and company. I mean, it's net worth lead, XP lead, win probability lead, tower lead, kill lead. Everything's good.
Dire's top
Everything is good. They have a Leshrac. Therefore, everything's good. Mid T2 is under attack. Squid will Sunstrike for minor damage and for vision. Hyper grabs the tower last hit. Now 5 towers taken. Over to bottom, ET will pulverize Mercy. Solar Guardian arrives. Mercy is stunned. Crony hammers in. Split Earth to follow, and it's one more kill for Festival. Now beyond godlike. High ground will be forced. Tornado hits on Leshrac. Leshrac. He's actually out of mana. Bit of a big deal there. E.T. Is he dead? One right will kill him. Yeah, that'll be a death on. Oh, he blinked away in time. There was no blink cancel Sunstrike from long range. The kill, he knew it. He knew it, the Sunstrike. The read from E.T. Okay then. Huge plays from E.T. Defying death twice in the matter of seconds. The bottom T3 is dead as well. So again, big positive progress for Kittens. And their matching bunnies. It's one of those things where the game gets harder and harder and harder. Squid knows it. He calls for a smoke gank. His team will smoke as 4. The smoke gank likely needs to... This needs to be correctly connected here. It has to do something. Crystal Maiden is under a Radiant Ward. So they'll take the freebie. They wanted a bigger kill than that, I'm sure, but they'll have to settle with Crystal Maiden. The Festival wants to fight, blinks in for more. He's silenced, however. Can BKB, chooses not to for now. It's 1-for-1 trade current Festival. Will lose 1 life, but when he returns, he will have full mana into BKB. He will not commit to BKB yet. He looks to blink in further. Looking at Dire Vision. Festival does not see much currently. Still wants more. He'll blink forward. Slowing Journey. Hammer through by Crony. Starbreaker will barely hit. Now it's Journey forced to BKB into Man Fight. He's trying to make his way out of this one, but it will not work. And now Squid tried to Ghost Walk. Got dusted by E.T. Festival blinks forward. Pulverized to follow. Colonel Squid's death has been foretold. And well, we are running out of things to lose for Radiance. The bottom barracks will be the next domino to fall. Full bottom set taken, and now the next move will be that middle T3 tower. We see Wee top lane, he's farming. Sasquatch is just there. Solar Guardian comes through. Wee will attempt to blink away, but his blink has been cancelled. Wee has no BKB, and now he has no life. One more big death on Wee, and, well, one more big kill for Kittens. They actually did not get the mid T3 thanks to the TP's back, but I don't think it matters that much at this point. Still top tier 2 left in terms of these outer towers, but we're not too far away from it dying. Drow and Leshrac are hitting. Tornado will hit on 1, but Drow will Hurricane Pike to dodge the EMP. E.T. wraparound ganks for Squid. Squid will hold Snap. E.T. BKB, so Onslaught pulverize forward. Die at the fall to bring down Colonel Squid once again, and well, thought for a second die would also kill the Ancient Apparition, but they could not find the secondary kill, but the main kill has been secured. Invoker down. Invoker actually has no buyback. So it is time for more base to crumble. Festival only has 1 life. No BKB ends turn. He's getting more mana by the Bloodstone once again. Radiant commit their BKBs, and they try to bring down Lesh, and they will bring down Lesh. The trade is for Mercy. Sasquatch will Freezing Field. Wee is dropping to the Freezing Field damage. The Freezing Field gets the kill on Wee. Crony will stun Frostfire. Journey turns to until the Pulverize is there on Bloodseeker. It's a 4v2 currently. And well, one more death there on Journey. No one is buyback. Hyper will BKB. He man-fights Squid. Ice Blast comes in. Hyper is dead. Crony is low. Colonel Squid Ghost Walks. Turns to E.T. E.T. is dead. Crony is dead. Huge high ground defense. 4 down for Kittens. The captain, Sasquatch, the lone defender. He will get away here. But that's actually a pretty good defense. That is actually... How much of a swing is that? That's a 4K net worth swing. That is actually quite the large swing. That's about 1/4 of the net worth lead going back to SIMPathy for BullJaXX. Again, win probability still 97%, but it's a big turnaround there. Big turnarounds. Okay, so all we need to do, get that exact fight again, Ice Blast on 2 heroes, Invoker breaks 1 billion ankles, Leshrac actually dies. I'm not quite sure how 3 things happen again in the same fight, but if they do, it can go well for SIMPathy for BullJaXX. I guess Leshrac is not really getting any stronger than he currently is. He is buying a Hex, I believe. It will be a Hex. And again, that's a nice pickup, but I mean, Lestrac's already about as powerful as he's going to be, so if there's going to be a comeback, that probably was the hardest fight. Though,
So much blood.
I guess if Roshan's given up, the difficulty goes back up again. It is the 5th Roshan of the series, 2nd one of the game, Aegis and Aghanim Shard, the spoils. Radiant know it, they smoke up as 4. Everyone but Squidward is in the smoke. Roshan is not dying that fast. All 3 cores are in the pit. Roshan's now half HP. Radiant scan, they know it, they're moving over. Sunstrike scouts. Festival leaves the pit. Hyper will silence. Squid will BKB. Mercy is in. BKBing as well. Wee turns red. Critting down Sasquatch, perhaps. Correction, he has no crit. Crit not even needed. Pulverize comes through on Invoker. Multi-check comes in from the Drow Ranger. Squid and ET both are dead. Crony to fall. Squid buys back. Festival is low. Tanked an Ice Blast. He's brought down by Journey. Hyper is running away, but he's alone right now in a 1v5. Force staff forward. There on Sven. Drow will Hurricane Pike. Looking for the kill on Wee. He will find it, but it'll cost him his life. Rebound. Dispose. Mercy will die for that combination, but it will result in the kill on Hyper's Drow Ranger. And it's a 5-for-3 trade, heavily in favor of the side of SIMPathy for BullJaXX. They secure the full 5-man wipe. It will secure the very injured Roshan. That's a big deal right there. Squid just used his buyback, and in turn he will now have 2 lives. Shard is on the floor. Mercy luckily pinged it out, so somebody grabs it. It will be Squid. I'm actually not quite sure where the Shard will go. If I had to guess, it will either be the Bloodseeker or the Sven. Probably Sven this game. Get some extra armor. That would be nice. So the net worth lead is now down to 12,000. If we're following the green line of win probability, it's jumped all the way from 99% to 89%. Again, it's still Kittens in the winning position, but this game is no longer a cakewalk. The result is no longer foretold. This is now once again a competitive game. Dire. Go on Mercy. ET leads in a pulverized rock throw combination, but oh dear God, Mercy is dead. Squid launches the Meteor. Sasquatch BKBs Frostbite. The Cold Feed's there on ET. Crony will BKB. She won't BKB. He'll Solar Guardian for now into the BKBs. He'll stun Wee at this point, but Crony is most certainly dead. The trade is for Journey. Hyper is doing a lot on the south side of the fight. He'll multi-shot. He'll miss the multi-shot. Squid goes in. Biz Festival blinks in on Wee. Wee will drop over to Mercy. Mercy is looking to unleash on Sasquatch, but it's time to run. ET will onslaught forward. Mercy sidesteps it, but there's only so much you could do. And well,
Now, nobody
it
wins.
wasn't a terrible fight, but it was still definitely a team fight win for Kittens. Both teams used a couple buybacks, and by that I mean both teams used 1 buyback in that fight. Both the Marcy and the Primal Beast used their buyback. It's currently a 4v2 base offensive push from Kittens. Mid T3 will get glyphs. Blink Hexa Festival. Squid still half HP. Split Earth comes through, but there's no follow-up. Journey buys back into the game. Mid T3 dead. Atos on Hyper. Hyper will Manta and run. Pulverize there on Squid, and Squid will lose 1 life. He has no BKB. He needs to be saved here. Split Earth is missed, but Silence is hit. Onslaught forward. Squid has fallen. Has a dieback. Sven buys back. He's manning up on Leshrac. He'll BKB. Both are BKB. Ice Blast comes through. Festival will perish. But so the mid racks. Hyper now, who grabbed the racks, is on the run. He'll silence Sven. Sven is dead. They turn to AA. Onslaught forward. Misses on Frostfire. But Frostfire still gets right click down. ET will die to Journey. But the GG is called. Squid accepts the inevitable. He knows he is lost. He will call the GG. And we have a 1-1 draw between SIMPathy for BullJaXX and Kittens and their matching bunnies. So I've noticed a trend here. You give Journey Broodmother, you lose the game. You ban Broodmother, you win the game. And Sasquatch even all chatted, no bugs in the all chats. Saying, you know what, Journey, I am tired of you playing the Broodmother. I will ban it, and you will lose. And he banned the Brood, and they lost. If you want some stuff, here's some numbers on the screen. Lots of kills from the Leshrac, surprise, surprise. A lot of damage as well from the Leshrac, but again, surprise, surprised. Most damage dealt in the entire game, most damage received on his team. Here's some graphs. Here's some more graphs. See at the end there, for the first time in a very long time, Drow achieved #1 in net worth, but from about minute 14 forward, it was the Leshrac show. I am going to wrap it up for now, though. I will be back tomorrow night for some more lads action. We will have the DOS Captain's team. Dinks taking on Sauce's Kittens. Should be a fun time. And that will be my last cast for a while, potentially, so hopefully that'll be a fun time. My name's Badger. If you want to cast your games, cast your tournaments, if you want to hire me and Logical, or me and an analyst of your choosing to cast your pro events or DPC stuff, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or on Discord, BadgerNumber5713. Thanks to both teams for playing the 1-1 draw tonight between Kittens and their matching Bunnies and SIMPathy for BullJaXX. Yeah. Thanks to the viewers for tuning on in, as always. And thank you for watching, and have a great night.